With more than 830 beer labels and 1,000 wine labels, Vintage Estate Beer and Wine in Boardman has grown significantly over the past couple of years, and they're readying for another expansion. When Phil Rita bought Vintage Estate 3 years ago, it had 1 employee. Today it has 17, a $100,000 inventory of beer and wine, and a pretty cool title. You've already been rated the #1 beer retail in the world by RateBeer.com. So how does that happen?
I was dumbfounded by that whole thing.
How significant is that honor then?
Very significant. I have a great team, very proud of them. They're very knowledgeable, and that's the difference. You know, they guide people as to what it is they might want to sip on.
And Rita says the title has helped bring in people from all over the country and from as far away as Norway and Russia who've added Vintage Estate to their itineraries. It's also helped prompt plans for expansion into the space next door.
The goal is to move all of our wines into that space and essentially create 3 different environments here at the VE. A very relaxed wine room, get some couches in there. I want to expand my wine selection in there, and then people come to what we call the beer room, and then we have the tasting lounge.
And it is relaxed. No TVs here. Rita says he promotes human interaction with the largest selection of beer and wine in the area, and a menu in the tasting room that on this day included not only flatbreads and pizza, but Arcadia Serial Killer and Kentucky Bourbon Barrel. How do you determine what you want?
It's a lot of hard work, Kim. I have to drink this stuff. Right. No, actually, it is. I do some of that, but I rely on publications, and another big source of my inventory is my customers. Many of my customers over the last 2 years have come in and said, hey, you need to get this wine. I'm like, oh, well, let's try it.
Rita says what's popular changes. His most expensive bottles of wine and beer range from $200 to $300, but his focus is on value.
It doesn't matter if that wine is a $7 bottle or $80 bottle. If it tastes like more than what you paid for it, then that's a, quote, value wine. So we have some bottles that are, $9, $10 that taste like $20, $30 bottles here.
I asked Phil for a little lager lesson. Lagers and IPAs and Pilsners and Stouts and Porters and wheat. What do all these mean?
Very good. You did your homework. Basically, just different styles and what defines the different style. For example, a lager and a Pilsner versus an ale, is bottom fermented, different kinds of yeast. When you talk about a stout or a porter, they're putting in these dark chocolate malts or, just really like coffee malt and all these unique dark things that give it that flavor. Mead is actually the oldest beverage known to man, and we have the only mead bar in the state of Ohio. And it's fermented honey wine. It's an aphrodisiac too, so we'll have to give you a little taste of that before you leave today.
So bottom line, there is something in here for everybody, whether they know what they want, know what they like. It's here.
It is here. Okay. I promise that.
And Rita says core to his business is giving back, holding fundraisers like the Big Tap-In for the Hands-On Volunteer Network, which named VE Business of the Year.
Last year we raised $22,000, and we're hoping to raise even more this year. And I believe there's a lot of good things going on in Youngstown, and we're glad that we can be a part of that.
With the Regional Chamber Report, I'm Kim Gonda.